She joins us now live with what they had to say. Good afternoon, Anjanette.
Yeah, good afternoon, Liz. We're kind of here on that plaza area in front of the Justice Center on Sycamore Street, if you've ever been down here. As you can see, we've got the broken windows over here, but that didn't stop everything from happening this morning inside the courtroom. There were dozens of protesters who appeared in court today. We spoke to maybe 8 or 10 of them who said that they were either peacefully protesting and were told to leave, and said, hey, I'm going to leave, and they were then told, hey, now you're under arrest. They said that they didn't understand why they were being arrested because they were being peaceful. So a handful of them are pretty upset about that. The ones we spoke with said they weren't causing any of the problems or any of the damage that we had seen in some of the downtown Over the Rhine, Corryville, and Cuff neighborhoods. So we spoke with one of those protesters after she was released this morning.
We were walking in peace with our hands up. We were told to disperse 4 times. We were told to back up 6 times, turn around. Once we started to slowly turn around, they're telling us that we're under arrest. And we were very confused. We were just like, we're trying to get to the car. We were all taken together at the same time. What are your skills? It was a lot. It was really hard last night just because we were all peaceful. Nobody was, at least, thankfully, nobody was hurt. And then we ended up here.
Yeah, and that was just one of the people we spoke with who claimed they weren't causing any trouble. We didn't really meet up with any of those people who were charged with causing actual damage here. And I put my mask up right now because I'm joined by defense attorney Bill Gallagher, who was in court this morning. Bill, you were representing a lot of those people who were charged with violating the curfew. What are you finding when you're in courtroom A this morning?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think the judge has done a wonderful job of making sure those people charged with nonviolent offenses weren't held in jail beyond the processing nature. The next, I've seen a lot of very sort of confused and angry young people who aren't sure exactly why they were brought down to court.
Now, we had put some video up on Twitter a little bit ago because I talked to a mom who said, you know, I told my kid not to come down here. He came down here anyway. He's been in that cage inside the Sally Port all night, not in the general population of the jail, claiming that they weren't allowed to use the restroom. I spoke with somebody from the sheriff's office who said that really isn't true. What is the concern there? We were told some of these, they were kept in that cage outside all night long. You know, it was cold out last night in the overnight hours.
The real concern is the sheriff was not prepared at all to deal with this influx. Cincinnati Police handled themselves properly down here. They, in fact, are the ones that are helping us get these people out of that Sally Port area because the sheriff's office doesn't have or won't use the personnel necessary to process these kids in time. We're hearing anecdotally from some of these kids a lot different story than what the sheriff is saying. We have kids who urinated on themselves, defecated on themselves because they weren't allowed to use the bathroom.
Thank you so much, Bill. Appreciate it. Just
Not a
stay here for a minute. And I want to tell you, I spoke with the Sheriff's Office spokesperson, Dave Doherty, just in the last half hour or so, and he told me that the kids who are in the cage inside the Sally Port are actually in the custody of the Cincinnati Police Department, and they're actually allowing them to use that space. So they're Cincinnati Police Department's responsibility because they're technically in their custody. Doherty told me that they are supposed to be taking those inmates in. I guess I don't know if they're really inmates because they're not technically booked into the jail, but they are people in Cincinnati Police custody. I was told that a Cincinnati police officer is taking 1 or 2 of them into the bathroom at one time, but that contradicts what we were being told by the woman who I spoke with, the mom, who said she was getting these texts from her son. So the sheriff's spokesman, Dave Doherty, said they fed them breakfast and gave them water. But technically, those people are in Cincinnati Police custody. And if I remember correctly, Bill, you said you spoke with Peter Stackpole from the solicitor's office, and he said they were going to send the police down here, cite these people, and let them go, right?
And that's exactly what happened. There were a number of police officers who came down here. On the other side of this building, there's well over 100 kids, young people who have already been released as soon as the city got on top of this.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Bill. And I want to show you guys real quickly. They want me to wrap this up, but I want to show you what's going on right now. We've got some police officers kind of coming out here. They've been kind of staging. We know there's going to be something going on at 1 o'clock today. Dan, why don't we come over this way? We saw some of them with those shields and things like that. So there is a gathering of some sheriff's deputies over this way. We were also told they were going to be clearing this area. So we're going to find out a little bit more information about that and stay on top of this situation as the day goes on. For now, we're going to send it back to you, Liz.
All right.